Before the club's final art competition, the winning artworks are always displayed like medals in the school. Mine isn't among them. Well, it's not surprising. From the open window, the loud and unpleasant sound of cicadas filled the air. The paint on my hands still smelled bad, and mixed with sweat, it was even more unpleasant.
Now the difference between us is clear, right? I'm more talented.
On my way home, my classmate, Ritsuko Aizawa, approached me to rub it in. Yeah, congratulations on winning the gold. I saw your painting displayed in the hallway.
Of course! And you submitted something too, but it didn't get any recognition, did it? You created another failure, huh? Then repeat after me. I have less talent than Aizawa-san.
Why have you been picking on me all this time? You're gonna keep drawing in college, right? You'll find rivals there.
As if. It's just a hobby.
What? Really?
My talent should be used elsewhere. So what about you, talentless boy?
I was at a loss for words. Ritsuko, who's achieved more than I have, is quitting. But what about talentless me?
Tsuruhashi-kun, are you going to quit drawing?
The sound of the train passing was loud, but her clear, resolute voice was unmistakably audible. When I turned around, there stood Shizuku Narumi, the most beautiful girl in school, and my classmate.
Are you quitting?
I couldn't answer. I was just captivated by her beautiful eyes, staring at her in admiration. I think I just dreamt about my first love. The sound of a brush falling to the floor woke me up. It seems I dozed off while painting. My name's Tsuruhashi Toru. I'm a painter now, and I just turned 20 last month. Yeah, I couldn't give up, so I'm still painting like this. Well, I'm barely scraping by though. Grandpa, I'm about to make dinner. Are you hungry? I live with my grandfather in our family home. My parents left when I was young for their own reasons. Toru, right now, a guest has come to the window. You should greet them too. The window? But there's no one there. Look closely, but don't open it. It's a demon that comes at night. Look, it's waving. I see. This is Kamakura, so maybe there are monsters. Anyway, is there anything you want to eat? No matter how hard I look, I can't see anything, because the hallucination is only visible to Grandpa. Lewy body dementia. For the past 2 years, his consciousness has fluctuated frequently, and now he's in this state. Grandpa, will you ever talk to me like you used to? I want to show you my success before you pass, but can a struggling artist like me even manage that? Huh? The spin dryer won't work? No way! The event that changed my empty life was when the washing machine broke. Well, it was Grandma's when she got married, so it's not surprising that it broke, right? For now, I guess I'll wring out what's already washed by hand. What should I do next? Even if I buy a new one, I won't have the money until my payment comes in. I want to avoid dipping into my savings as much as possible. That's it. It's hot. There's a laundromat a few minutes away by car. It's an old place with some charm. Being able to wash, spin, and dry all at once is so convenient. I'm done with twin-tub machines. I might as well relax here until it's done.
Tsuruhashi-kun?
Huh? When I turned at the familiar voice, there stood a more mature Shizuku Narumi.
Do you remember me? Narumi Shizuku, from high school?
We were in the same class, right? Of course I remember. But why are you here?
I'm living in a cheap apartment now. The water pipe's broke and the landlord said I won't be able to use the water for a few days. It's such a hassle, right? Actually, I'm trying to become an actress. I've been doing that since I graduated high school. I've only been on local TV shows, so I'm not really getting anywhere.
As she spoke, seemingly embarrassed, I leaned forward, realizing that the Madonna everyone admired was just like me. So, I have a dream too.
Really? What are you doing now?
When she asked about my current situation, I briefly explained, and she smiled happily.
You're still painting, huh?
Yeah, kind of, but I'm not really selling.
Then we're in the same boat. You know, I've been feeling lonely because I don't meet many people in similar situations. Can we keep talking like this?
Gazing into her clear, glass-like eyes, I nodded without hesitation. After that, I exchanged contact information with Shizuku, and we often met at the laundromat.
How's your grandfather doing, Sorahashi-kun?
He's still spaced out. He hasn't changed much from how he was before.
He was so gentle and kind. I really liked him.
Whether it was because of her work and lessons, Shizuku sometimes looked tired and other times full of life, showing me a range of expressions. Shizuku has so many different colors, and they're all wonderful. Hey, I'm planning to buy a washing machine soon. The payment for the last painting I did will be coming in soon.
Oh, so you won't be coming here anymore?
Yeah, so why don't we go somewhere else? Wherever you want to go. Shizuku smiled happily. Seeing her like that made my heart soar. I'm out of paint. The sound of cicadas outside the studio is loud today, but my heartbeat is even louder. The colors, they become more vivid than before, since I met Shizuku. Since I started meeting her, my heart has been filled with red, blue, yellow, so many colors.
Sorahashi-kun, the water feels great.
Hey, are you sure? You don't have good memories of the ocean, do you? Shizuku's mother passed away when Shizuku was in elementary school. She drowned while saving a child who was about to be swept away.
It's okay. I think my mother became the sea. The waves sound like a heartbeat. And listening to them actually comforts me. How about you, Sorahashi-kun? Do you feel anything from the sea?
Personally, not really. But my grandpa and grandma love the sea. I heard they always went their own dates. I saw a picture of them when they were young. That's right. In that photo, grandma was wearing a dress, just like the one Shizuku is wearing now. The moment I realized this, my heart stirred strongly. I felt an overwhelming urge to pick up a brush, but then...
Huh? Is that you, Sorahashi? And could it be Shizuku? Both of you are just high school grads, right? What's up?
The voice belonged to Ritsuko Aizawa, who looked just the same as she did before graduation. A man who seemed to be her boyfriend was standing next to her.
Oh, I see. You two are just comforting each other because you're poor? Should I join you? I could teach you all.
Cut it out. You haven't changed at all. Hey, Ritsuko. I think I've seen this girl somewhere before. Wasn't she on a local TV show recently?
And don't bother. She's only active on local shows, and she's on the same level as a regional idol, right?
Her boyfriend seemed disappointed, but Ritsuko continued without hesitation.
Well, Shizuku-san has a pretty face, so she might get lucky and marry rich. No problem there, right? So, what about you, Sorahashi? What are you doing since graduating high school?
I'm a painter.
A painter? You didn't even achieve anything notable, and you're calling yourself a painter? You must not be selling anything.
Her attitude pissed me off, but I couldn't say she was entirely wrong about me. I just shrugged.
Stop it! Sorahashi-kun will definitely succeed, because I see talent in his paintings. What? Shizuku-san, you're just hanging out with him for fun, right? What can Sorahashi even do? That's not true. He works hard every day. People who succeed are the ones who keep putting in the effort yesterday, today, and tomorrow. But you wouldn't understand that since you gave up on painting. You!
Ritsuko lost her temper and tried to throw a can that was lying at her feet. But before she could, I stood in front of Shizuku to shield her, and her boyfriend grabbed Ritsuko by the shoulder to stop her. That's enough, Ritsuko. You were in the wrong this time.
Shizuku-san, You've lost your judgment. It's a sign of your downfall.
That's not true. I might be, but she will definitely succeed.
All this talk of ideals, it makes me sick. Let's go.
Ritsuko left just like that. I wasn't particularly affected, but Shizuku seemed to be.
Maybe I really am no good in other people's eyes. I haven't accomplished anything significant, and there are so many prettier girls around. I know. I need to face reality. I'm not as talented as you, Tsuruhashi-kun.
I'm not talented. I started to say, but stopped. That's not what she wanted to hear. After hesitating, I slowly opened my mouth. You see, I love beautiful things. So, when I look at you, I feel like I need to paint.
Huh?
Because you're beautiful. You catch my eye. I'm sure others feel the same. You're beautiful, Shizuku. Beautiful, really. I mean, really. You're really beautiful. No. That's not what I wanted to say. I think I like you. I mean, I like you. I heard Shizuku gasp. My face turned bright red, and as the sun set, we walked home in silence. Since that day, we started seeing each other less often. We were both desperately chasing our dreams. And, although I confessed in the heat of the moment, I ended up avoiding the subject because I didn't want things to get awkward. Huh? You're going overseas? And then, at the end of summer, when we met again at a cafe, Shizuku told me something unexpected.
Yeah, someone I've been working with has connections, but they said they only work overseas. So, I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to take the plunge. That's why I wanted to tell you first, Tsuruhashi-kun.
I'm sure this is a chance that Shizuku has earned through her hard work. In that case, there's only one answer. Yeah, I think that's the right decision. I'm rooting for you.
Tsuruhashi-kun, thank you.
Promise me instead. Let's meet again, both successful.
Got it. It's a promise.
She smiled, and just like that, we parted ways, each on a different path.
It was hot. I shouldn't have gone outside.
The seasons changed many times, and the 7th summer since I parted ways with Shizuku had arrived. Ritsuko Aizawa, now a working adult, quit the company she joined reluctantly after just 6 months. After switching jobs several times, she finally made a mistake 6 months ago and was dismissed. Since then, she's been getting by with event jobs. She also broke up with her fiancé, Mizuno Nagi, just before their wedding, and her dissatisfaction with her situation was about to explode.
Of all the things, I have to work as a receptionist at an art exhibit today. I'm so not in the mood.
After finishing her lunch, Aizawa glanced inside the venue. With some time left on her break, she decided to step inside. Grandpa, are you cold? There are so many guests today. Even big fish are swimming around. At the same time, at the same place, I was pushing my grandfather's wheelchair inside the venue. The painting I've been wanting to create for the past 7 years is finally finished. I wanted you to see it. I see. They seem happy too. Look, Grandpa. You can touch this painting. I got permission since I'm the artist. I brought him here to see one particular painting. It's a landscape of Kamakura Beach. I built up the paint layer by layer, over and over, until it became a 3-dimensional piece. And in the center is a girl in a sunflower-colored dress. Aoi? My grandfather suddenly called out the name of his late beloved wife.
Huh? Tsuruhashi, why are you here?
I turned toward the familiar voice, and there stood Ritsuko Aizawa, wearing a suit and looking worn out. Aizawa? Did you come to see my work?
What? Tsuruhashi's? No way. The name of the artist for this exhibition is...
It's my pen name. All the works in this venue were painted by me. I never imagined I would get to hold an exhibition at a department store in Yokohama. But here we are.
Toru? Is something wrong?
Then, another woman called my name with a clear voice. As she appeared, all eyes turned to her at once.
You're Shizuku-san? Aizawa-san. It's been a while. How have you been?
Shizuku Narumi, who had returned from overseas after finding success, was now a well-known actress, and her radiance had only grown.
Could it be Shizuka-chan? Hey, so that rumor was true after all. Yeah, there's been talk that she's dating an up-and-coming painter. They really do look good together.
Hearing the murmurs around her, Aizawa finally grasped the situation.
Why? Why am I like this? 7 years ago, they were so unimpressive, but now they're shining so brightly. Why?
Huh?
So in the end, it's all about talent, right? If you're blessed, you'll succeed. If you work hard, you'll be rewarded. You always live this idealistic life, like a walking example of that. Are you mocking me?
What are you talking about? Besides, Aizawa, you were more highly regarded than I was when you were painting.
Shut up!
Aizawa shouted emotionally. Even when we met at the beach, I could tell. Her words were too emotional to just brush it off as condescension. This is jealousy. She's been jealous of us all along.
Enough! Everything should just be ruined. These works are no different from my life. I'll ruin this exhibition.
Ritsuko's expression twisted with madness as she approached. I quickly stepped in front of Shizuku to shield her. Stop right there. His voice was heavy and resolute. I instinctively turned toward the sound. Grandpa? There he was, sitting in his wheelchair, looking straight at us. Lewy body dementia causes fluctuations in consciousness. Every few days, every few months, and eventually... I didn't understand the details. The doctors even said he didn't have long left. But after several years, his consciousness was clear again. It felt like a miracle, and I was at a loss for words.
Grandpa? Are you the principal?
That's right. You're Aizawa Ritsuko, who was in the same club as Toru, correct? My grandfather, Sorahashi So, was the principal of our high school. We all knew him. He was kind, a devoted husband, and cared for his students more than anyone. Aizawa-san, I know. You were always jealous of Toru and couldn't have confidence in yourself. Isn't that right?
Huh? What is this?
Aizawa recalls her high school days. One evening, she had come to help carry supplies with the art club teacher. What lay before her were several canvases spread out on the floor, with me frantically moving my brush. The colors didn't stay on the canvases, but spread onto the floor as well. Oh boy, he's at it again. When he gets focused, he completely loses sight of his surroundings. Sorahashi, you can only submit one canvas per person for the competition, and it must be within a size 50. You're way over the limit. Hey, stop painting! We're cleaning up right now, Sorahashi. What a waste of paint! The deep indigo spreading across the floor seemed like it could easily swallow a person whole. At that moment, Aizawa was terrified. She realized the difference between them, that there was someone who had crossed a line she could never cross. Afterward, I submitted part of the painting, but as expected, I didn't win any awards. I often observed the club, but your expression grew cloudier as time passed. But I truly loved your paintings too, Aizawa-san. You won the award purely on your own merits. On the other hand, Toru couldn't follow the rules, missed deadlines, and failed at the basics. People like that actually find it harder to navigate society. I had no rebuttal. I could manage housework and caring for Grandpa out of a sense of duty, but because of that, I couldn't perform at my best before. But now, I have a housekeeper to help.
But there was always someone better than me, and every time I realized it, it hurt. I wanted to be special. I couldn't forgive myself for not being that way. That's why.
You're a unique person. It's sad to live life carelessly. And if you destroy these works, you will completely kill yourself as a creator. Are you okay with that? Aizawa's eyes waver. She still loved painting. Hey, Aizawa, I've always respected you since high school.
What? Are you pitying me?
I mean it. I couldn't achieve the solid results you did. I often missed deadlines and didn't follow the rules. I couldn't handle tools as carefully as you, nor could I clean diligently. I couldn't navigate relationships as well as you. That's why I admired you. I always thought you were amazing. Aizawa's eyes widened as she collapsed her knees. She didn't move, didn't respond when spoken to, and was eventually dragged out of the venue by a security guard. Toru. Finally, my grandfather looked at the painting I had created. Somehow, I knew this would be the last time. Did you paint this of my wife? Or of the person most precious to you? Both. They're both important, and I wanted to paint them more than anything. I see. Thank you. My grandfather smiled. It was the gentle, heartwarming smile I had always known. And then, the color drained from his expression, and he returned to his usual dazed state. Oh, there are flowers blooming on the wall today. Is it a festival? Yeah, it is. I quietly wiped away my tears. Shizuku held my hand as I did. After that, to be honest, I don't know what happened to Aizawa Ritsuko. She left this town and went to a place where she knew no one, no family, no friends. Huh? But a few months after she disappeared, I found a certain illustrator's post on social media. The gentle touch and soft colors in the illustration reminded me of Aizawa's style no matter how many times I looked at it. That account still occasionally posts new works.
So-san, are you looking at the painting Toru made?
Yes I am. It's so nice, isn't it? Since that day, my grandfather's consciousness has never been clear again. But he loves the beach painting we brought back from the exhibition and smiles whenever he looks at it. And that's enough for me. Hey, Shizuku, the fact that you're engaged to me, living in my house, it's not a dream, right?
What's with you all of a sudden? It's real, of course.
But I've been drawn to you for so long. The reason I kept painting was because, well, because when we were at the railroad crossing, you asked me, are you gonna quit? That's why this situation feels too good to be true, like I'm dreaming. Then, Shizuku suddenly started laughing softly.
You've worked so hard, yet you say that. But I feel the same way. That summer, when I met you at the laundromat, I was determined to achieve my dream no matter what. So this isn't a dream or coincidence or destiny. It's the results we built up from our past.
She looked at me with her clear eyes, like glass beads. I'll probably always feel my heart race when I see those eyes. In the past, now, and in the future, I'll keep painting and stay by her side until the very end. As I made that vow, the cicada's noisy cries no longer reached my ears.